Swadika, thank you for joining us in Newsline. We're broadcasting live on NBT Radio Thailand FM 88 and on NBT World. It's Tuesday and the date is June 2nd of 2015, and you're with me, Sandra Han Utsaha. Welcome to today's segment of Thailand Moves Forward. In our first story for today, in Bangkok, people were seen visiting Sanam Luang throughout the day on Monday to pay respect to the Buddha relics, which are on loan from the Emerald Buddha Temple for a temporary presentation. Later in the evening, those visiting the area also joined in the candlelit circumambulation to mark one of the major Buddhist days. Meanwhile, at Wat Saket, a series of Buddhist sermons were presented, while the Buddha relics stored at the tip of the Golden Mount attracted a throng of people to pray and ask for blessings all day long. Buddhists in white clothes also visited Wat Chanasongkram for various religious rites and meditations, both for themselves and for His Majesty the King. Throngs of Buddhist Thais took part in religious activities at Puttamonthon Buddhist Park in Nakhon Pathom in observance of Visakha Bucha Day. Yesterday morning, Nakhon Pathom Governor Chachai Uthaipan presided over a merit-making ceremony at Puttamonthon Buddhist Park and gave alms to 1,987 Buddhist monks to mark Visakha Bucha Day. The ceremony was attended by heads of government offices, civil servants, military officials, police, students, and local residents, all of whom were dressed in white. Apart from almsgiving, several other religious activities were organized throughout the day for devout Buddhists to join in, including Dharma sessions and a presentation of monastic robes and necessities to monks. The Minister of Commerce has disclosed that a free trade agreement or FTA discussion between Thailand and Pakistan will be held in September. Commerce Minister General Chathai Salikalaya stated that the decision came after a recent talk with his Pakistani counterpart about the agreement. According to General Chathai, the FTA discussions scheduled for September will focus on trade and investment. The two nations are aiming at achieving $2.08 billion in trade value by the year 2018. Thailand will join the third Joint Trade Committee, or JTC, meeting held in Pakistan's Islamabad in July, and will later host the first round of FTA meetings in September. The Thai government has given its assurance that it will carry on with the joint railway construction project with China, saying the Bangkok-Angkor Korat section will be to take shape within this year. Following speculations that the government has canceled its planned cooperation with China on railway development, Deputy Government Spokesperson Major General Sansan Kyaokamnod has rejected the information as false. Instead, he disclosed that both sides have agreed on the China-proposed construction of a medium-speed system on the Nong Khai Korat, Gangkhoi Maptaput section and Gangkhoi Bangkok section, totaling a distance of 873 kilometers. The deputy government spokesperson said the new system will connect with another Chinese-Lao rail line via Nong Khai and Vientiane. The project is set to be discussed at the 5th meeting of the Thai-Chinese Joint Committee late this month, while route survey and cost assessment will be finished within August as scheduled. Construction is expected to commence on the Bangkok-Angkor Korat section by the end of this year. Major General Sun Sun insisted that Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha has a clear policy on forging cooperation with neighboring countries in order to develop the Thai railway system and raise the regional logistics efficiency. State agencies and the private sector in Phitsanulok are pushing for the development of Pudu Permanent Border Crossing Point in Uttaradit into a prominent trade, investment, and tourism hub along the Thai-Lao border. State agencies and businesses in Phitsanulok will co-host an international meeting over the Pudu Border Crossing Point from August 16th to 20th. Natakon Sojindamani, chairman of Phitsanulok Federation of Industries, revealed on Monday that the border crossing point has undergone significant development, especially on the Laos side, where preparations have been made to enable the border crossing point to accommodate increased trade and investment with Thailand. He added that some 70% of basic commodities in Laos were imported from Thailand. Mr. Natakon explained that Pudu border crossing in Uttaradit would provide businesses in Phitsanulok with an alternative pathway for the transportation of goods from Thailand. Goods from Phitsanulok are currently being transported to Laos through the Thali border point in Loei, which is further away from Pudu border crossing. Uttaradit is situated directly north of Phitsanulok, whereas Loei borders Phitsanulok to the east. According to Mr. Natakon, the Thai side of the Pudu border crossing needs to be improved, and this is expected to be achieved within this year. He also suggested tourists heading to Siapuri or Luang Prabang in Laos to consider using the Pudu border crossing as it offered greater convenience. The Minister of Commerce is urging large department stores to feature small and medium-sized enterprise or SME products on their websites. Department of Business Development Director General Pongpan Tirawidiyapan said many SMEs are lagging because there are not enough channels to sell their stores. The ministry has launched their website, worldwideweb.thaicommercestore.com, specifically as an online store for SME products. Central Group has agreed to allow 19 products to be sold on its website. These mainly consist of OTOP, halal, organic, and geographical indication products. The ministry is currently in talks for similar promotions with other department stores. The Community Development Department, or CDD, has declared OTOP mid-year 2015 a success, generating more than 650 million baht in revenue. CDD Deputy Director General Saipirun Noisiri said the fair has proven popular among visitors during the 7-day period. It was held at Impact Muang Thong Thani last week. The number of visitors reportedly increased each day as the event progressed. As many as 450,000 manufacturers of 3- to 5-star products participated. The most popular items included garments, accessories, and food. The amount of cash spent during OTOP mid-year 2015 exceeded the CDD's expectation of 600 million baht. The CDD is expecting both domestic and global OTOP revenue this year to reach 100 million baht. More than 60 billion baht has been generated as targeted by the CDD during the first half of this year. The next OTOP event will be held in August. Northern provinces will organize a Grand Lana OTOP fair to showcase good products from upper northern provinces and prepare OTOP entrepreneurs for ASEAN. Governor of Chiang Mai, Suriya Prasad Bandit, and representatives of 3 northern provinces of Lamphun, Lampang, and Mae Hong Son on Monday attended a press conference of the OTOP Lana Expo 2015 scheduled for the 5th to the 9th of June 2015 at the Chiang Mai International Exhibition and Convention Center. The expo will feature unique OTOP products from the north, such as Bosang umbrellas from Chiang Mai, miniatures of Pratat Hiripunchai from Lamphun, and ceramic pottery from Lampang. The OTOP Lanna Expo 2015 is aimed at promoting OTOP products and providing distributing channels for them. It will help OTOP producers and entrepreneurs develop their production, distribution, and management of OTOP products before entering the international trade arena in ASEAN. The Provincial Public Health Office in Buriram is warning residents in all districts to guard against the spread of dengue fever during the transition period into the rainy season. Dr. Sompong, that is, Jorung Chittanuson, head of the Buriram Public Health Office, said 94 persons in the province have, since the beginning of the year, been hospitalized due to dengue fever. Patients were found in 15 of the province's 23 districts. No deaths have been reported. The age group with the highest number of patients was the 10 to 14 years old age group. The age group with the second highest number of patients was the age group of 5 to 9 years. Dr. Sompong said the number of cases is expected to increase. Public relations efforts are being made to encourage locals to use abate sand granules and spray insecticide to combat mosquitoes. Home visits are also being arranged, so officials and volunteers will be able to inform each household of methods to eliminate mosquito larvae. And we have a special report today from Kanchanaburi Province about hydropower at Sinakarin Dam, and it is Kun Banotsi Sinsap who is there at the dam, and he has this report for us.
So that's the generator, right?
That's a powerhouse. Inside we have a generator. Sinakarin Dam, we have a 5 unit for produce the electricity. Power is sent to service yard area, and the service yard is connect to the power grid. Power grid is connect all of Thailand.
We are now at Sinakarin Dam, Thailand's biggest dam, with the second highest hydropower electricity generating capacity after the Bhumipol Dam. The dam is able to generate 720 megawatts of electricity, which powers many thousands of homes. One great benefit of this energy production method is that the energy produced has zero emissions. Mr. Sakun Akson Thanawat, a top-level engineer here at Sinakarin Dam, was willing to take some time to give a quick tour and briefly explain how it all works.
Yes, the process to produce this electricity. When we start we have a command to start the produce. We have an inlet valve that behind. It's open the inlet valve, and after the water is come into the turbine here. When the turbine rotation speed up to a rated, it's connect to the generator. The generator is produce the electricity 13.8 kilovolt. The power is come here to transformer to step up to 230 kilovolt and send the power to the grid, to the power grid. That's the process.
I see. And by the time we generate electricity, takes very short time as well, right? Only 8 minutes.
Yes. We use times about 5 minutes to 8 minutes to produce it after we start. It's a short time to produce it.
Unlike thermal energy, right?
Yes. The thermal power plant is use the time to start and produce electricity about 1 day or 2 days, like that. In Sinakarin power plant is a special unit number 4 and number 5. we can change mode from generator in a day to pumping mode in a night.
So we can use that water to come and generate more electricity during the peak time.
Yes.
So this is how a hydropower plant generates electricity. If you ever wondered about where our energy comes from, now you have a basic idea. Pano Season Sub, NBT World, Kanchanaburi.
Thank you to Kumpano for that report, and that is the end of today's edition of Thailand Moves Forward. It's time for a quick break, but first here's a look at the exchange rates and commodity prices.
To maintain a strong nation, Thailand is promoting 12 core values for the good of the people. The ninth core value, being conscious and mindful of actions in line with His Majesty the King's royal statements.
Physical connectivity, institutional connectivity, and people-to-people connectivity. The power to turn this region into a strong community. Witness the interconnectivity between the 10 Southeast Asian countries in ASEAN Connect via these channels.
How could you do that to me? Stop it! Huh? Don't you get it? I don't need you anymore. Enough! We're through. There's someone else in my life.
Say no to the past. Bring your own bag. Say no to plastic.
Swadee krab, this is Thailand at large. The show which is about to take you to the new experiences with the exciting stories.
With charming fascination. With a touch of Thainess.
Let's join us on NBT World. Explore with us and you'll know and love Thailand even more than before.
Welcome back. You're watching Newsline. The foreign minister has traveled to South Korea for an international gathering on cooperation and security. General Thanasak Patimaparakon, the Deputy Prime Minister and the Foreign Minister, is currently attending the 2015 Organization for Security and Cooperation, or OSCE, Asian Conference, which is joined by leaders from Europe and Asia, as well as representatives from various international organizations. General Thanasak has delivered a speech at the opening ceremony, in which he stated that Thailand has always been standing to support the Organization for Security and Cooperation, or OSCE, and the Asian region in tackling all regional and international security challenges. The Deputy Prime Minister said that such challenges could call for the cooperation on the development of human resources to prevent people from falling prey to extremism or terrorism or human trafficking. In addition, he also met on the sidelines with South Korean Foreign Minister Yoon Byung-se, Swiss Foreign Minister Didier Bucalte, and OSCE Secretary General Lamberto Zanier. And in our international news stories, the sun came out in flooded Texas on Monday, but many areas remain underwater after days of heavy rain pushed rivers and lakes far above flood stage. Severe flooding has killed at least 25 people and prompted U.S. President Barack Obama to declare a disaster in the state, which endured record rainfall in May. Flooding this week turned streets into rivers, ripped homes off foundations, swept away thousands of vehicles, and trapped people in their cars and houses. Some 24 roads were closed in one of the busiest commercial areas in northwest Dallas, as were some interstate entrance ramps. A resident at one apartment complex in the suburb of Coppell, Texas, said the scene was like something out of a horror movie. Malaysia Airlines on Monday announced 6,000 staff redundancies in an effort to save the company from its deteriorating financial situation. Christophe Moulet, CEO of Malaysia Airlines, said the organization is establishing a brand new company, which he anticipates will become profitable within 2 to 3 years. Malaysia Airlines was in deep financial trouble even before last year's calamities of the disappearance of Flight MH370 and the shooting down over Ukraine of Flight MH17. Moulet estimates Malaysia Airlines' costs exceed those of its competitors by 20%. With some 6,000 jobs, almost one-third of the workforce to be axed, the company began serving staff with layoff notices on June 1st. The airline is also reconsidering contracts with thousands of vendors and will reduce flight frequency and capacity on some routes. The other side of the equation is to boost revenue after last year's tragedies severely tarnished its brand image. Workmen in Paris on Monday started pulling off hundreds of thousands of padlocks attached by lovers to the Pont des Arts Bridge, afraid the sheer weight of the romantic tokens was putting the 19th century structure at risk. The pedestrian bridge has become a shrine for amorous tourists and Parisians alike, who seek to immortalize their love by leaving an initialed padlock attached to its metallic grid railings. Paris's City Hall considers it's too dangerous to keep the locks after a part of the bridge laden with padlocks collapsed onto the walkway last summer. Speaking to reporters, Deputy Paris Mayor Bruno Julliard said the authorities wanted Paris to remain the capital of love despite the withdrawal of millions of padlocks. The pedestrian bridge has become a shrine for amorous tourists and Parisians alike, who seek to immortalize their love by leaving an initial padlock at the metallic grid railings. And that is it for today's edition of Newsline. For any comments or suggestions, please feel free to email them to us at newsline.nbt@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Facebook by simply typing in NNT. And do check out our website at thainews.prd.go.th/newsing. We're going to say goodbye today with a herd of elephants in Saplanka Wildlife Sanctuary in Lopburi Province. Have a wonderful day. I'm Sandra Han Utsaha for Newsline. Sawadee ka.